Today in the United States, we observe Thanksgiving. Although this holiday is intended for giving thanks, it is rooted in a distorted history presented to the American people. In truth, throughout American history, the native peoples of our land have faced more abuse and suppression than any other groups. Today, we want to honor the native cultures of America for their courage and resilience in the face of an oppressive system. The Hopi are one of the oldest living cultures in the world, with their history dating back thousands of years. The Hopi are known for their reverence for all things, and their culture is deeply rooted in religion, spirituality, morality, and ethics. The Hopi name Hopi Sinum translates to people who live in the correct way. This is their message to humanity. We Hopi believe that the human race has passed through 3 different worlds and lifeways since the beginning. At the end of each prior world, human life has been purified or punished by the Great Spirit Masao, due mainly to corruption, greed, and turning away from the Great Spirit's teachings. We are now faced with great problems, not only here but throughout the land. Ancient cultures are being annihilated. Our people's lands are being taken from them, leaving them no place to call their own. Why is this happening? It is happening because many have given up or manipulated their original spiritual teachings. The way of life which the Great Spirit has given to all people of the world, whatever your original instructions, are not being honored. It is because of this great sickness called greed, which infects every land and country, that simple people are losing what they have kept for thousands of years. Now we are at the very end of our trail. Many people no longer recognize the true path of the Great Spirit. They have, in fact, no respect for the Great Spirit or for our precious Mother Earth who gives us all life. We were told that someone would try to go up to the moon, that they would bring something back from the moon, and that after that nature would show signs of losing its balance. Now we see that coming about. All over the world, there are now many signs that nature is no longer in balance. Floods, drought, earthquakes, and great storms are occurring constantly and causing much suffering. We do not want this to occur in our country, and we pray to the Great Spirit to save us from such things. But there are now signs that this very same thing might happen very soon on our own land. Now we must look upon each other as brothers and sisters. There is no more time for divisions among people. Today I call upon all of us from right here at home, Hotavilla, where we too are guilty of gossiping and causing divisions even among our own families, and also out to the entire world where thievery, war, and lying go on every day. These divisions will not be our salvation. Wars only bring more wars, never peace. Only by joining together in a spiritual peace with love in our hearts for one another, love in our hearts for the Great Spirit and Mother Earth, shall we be saved from the terrible purification day which is just ahead. Where is the freedom which you all fight for and sacrifice your children for? Is it only the Indian people who have lost, or are all Americans losing the very thing which you originally came here to find? We don't share the freedom of the press because what gets into the papers is what the government wants people to believe, not what is really happening. We have no freedom of speech because we are persecuted by our own people for speaking our beliefs. We are at the final stages now, and there is a last force that is about to take away our remaining homeland. We are still being denied many things, including the right to be Hopis and to make our living in accordance with our religious teachings. The Hopi leaders have warned leaders in the White House and the leaders in the Glass House, which is the United Nations. But they do not listen. So as our prophecy says, then it must be up to the people with good, pure hearts, those that will not be afraid to help us to fulfill our destiny in peace for this world. We now stand at a crossroad whether to lead ourselves in everlasting life or total destruction. We believe that human beings' spiritual power through prayer is so strong that it decides life on earth. Should we really succeed, we will all realize our mistakes of the past and return to the true path. Living in harmony as brothers and sisters, sharing our mother, the earth, with all other living creatures. In this way we could bring about a new world, a world which would be led by the Great Spirit, and our Mother will provide plenty and happiness for all. God bless you, each one of you, and know our prayers for peace meet yours as the sun rises and sets. May the Great Spirit guide you safely into the path of love, peace, and freedom. May the holy ancestors of love and light keep you safe in your land and homes. Pray for God to give you something important to do in this great work which lies ahead of us all to bring peace on earth. We, the Hopi, hold the sacred stone tablets, and now await the coming of our true white brother and others seriously ready to work for the Creator's peace on earth. Be well, my children, and think good thoughts of peace and togetherness. Peace for all life on earth and peace with one another in our homes, families, and countries. We are not so different in the Creator's eyes. The same great Father Sun shines his love on each of us daily, just as Mother Earth prepares the substance for our table. Do they not? We are one after all. Excerpt from the Hopi Message to the United Nations, December 10th, 1992. Link to full article on our website at universallighthouse.com.